Welcome viewers. We will discuss today about lifespan psychology and in which we will talk about concept of development. So, development is a very broad concept and it is not just limited to biological and physical aspect of growth but also the social and cognitive aspect of growth. It is not only includes qualitative quantitative changes but also qualitative changes taking place during the course of maturation of an individual. Someone has rightly said that development is not a destiny but a journey, which means that it is an ongoing process. Development is a summation of all the experiences that an individual gains since his childhood till death. Development is said to be the interplay of genes and environment. Some factors are determined by genes and other factors are influenced by what type of environment an individual gets. This is why it is seen that children who get stimulating environment develops fast in all spheres of life, and those who are left on trial and error opportunities are suspected to develop gradually. Therefore, in today's modern era, we hear a lot about holistic development, which means that efforts should be done to promote the wholesome uh, development of the children. Wholesome development include physical development, intellectual development, moral development, social development, cultural development, emotional development, etc. Now, goals of development changes. We will discuss about this. Since developmental psychology deals with changes across the age span, it studies the increasing competence that occurs initially with age and the declines in competence that may occur with later age. The changes observed include those in physical, motor, language, cognitive, and social behavior. It also inquires differences in development as a function of variables such as gender, socioeconomic status, and cultural and subcultural groups. It looks for explanation for observed changes at all levels. Now we talk about growth and development. Growth refers to the biological or physical changes across age. Growth is a narrow concept. It includes only physical changes, for example, height, weight, hair, size, etc., which is physically noticeable, while development is a broader concept which includes physical as well as psychological changes such as cognitive changes, social changes, cultural changes that take place when an individual matures throughout his lifespan. When one should studies about growth and development issues, few factors tend to be contributing in the development of an individual, such as society where the individual is living, the culture which is being followed in that area, and place where one is born. These factors affects the way an individual's personality will be carved. Growth and development take place in following areas, and these are physical. First of all, we talk about this in brief. We can observe growth in physical terms such as height, weight, etc. There are few milestones which are recorded to ascertain where where the child is developing properly, such as babbling, crawling, standing, walking, these type of activities. These milestones give an index of development. We can notice these aspect of development, we can see them with our eyes. Second point, here we talk about psychological and cognitive development. Cognition refers to mental processes that are taking place in the brain when one is thinking or doing something. A child masters cognitive skills when he grows. He learns to make use of his thought processes. He learns to answer questions to be at its simplest form. Later, he learns to make reason, and with course of age, he involves in refined use of his knowledge and thought processes. Third point here I would like to talk about is social and emotional development. As children grow, they learn to behave in social setting. They are taught to how to follow rules when talking in public. In this way, they learn to conform to societal norms. They observe how others are carrying out in the similar fashion. They learn some moral values that needs to be followed. Following social rules and holding morality and conduct, these are all indicators of social and emotional development. Fourth point here I would like to talk is sexuality and gender identity. When a child becomes aware of one's sexuality, he or she learns how their body works, how boys and girls are different, and slowly they develop their own sexual identity. They learn to control their sexual desires and to follow societal norms. The areas mentioned above, as I mentioned earlier in this video, are universal and they determine the development pattern of an individual. Now, I would like to discuss a point here. Critical periods during the development phase. Healthy development takes place when the child is nurtured affectionately since childhood, in the absence of which there occurs many problems which are manifested in child's behavior at different points in time. To ensure proper development, one must be raised with the love and affection which will enable a child to transit from a dependent to an independent adult. So here I would like to conclude this video. See you in next video. Thanks for watching.